Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor and I help people navigate through their ascension process. Today I'm going to talk about a very common ascension symptom that usually occurs when our life is going at a faster than what we're used to speed. And that is burnout. More specifically, mental burnout. It's sort of a weird sensation where your body feels, I would say, maybe not its best, but normal, but your mind is tired of thinking, the best way I could put it. It becomes overwhelmed and fatigued in processing the rate of change it's experiencing. And it's desperately struggling to keep pace with all the different details and integrations going on in your life. And the result is it gets like burnt out. You might feel a little bit foggy, like a mental pressure fog. Just you get really easily stressed out when someone confronts you with something that needs to be dealt with. You just don't have that mental energy to do what you gotta do. It's like, oh man, all the details of your life are just sort of like too much, man. So what do you do? I'm bringing this up because I'm experiencing this right now. And I know I'm probably not alone, because when your life goes through, again, a rapid shift, a rapid change, when perhaps you've been holding yourself back for a while, resisting a path that's been calling you, and then you finally let go and allow yourself to kind of go on this path, you're kind of shot into this path. A little bit, you kind of held yourself back a little bit too long there. So it's like there's a lot of catching up to do. So as you're kind of exploding on this path that you've been resisting, all of a sudden there's a million little itty bitty things, ranging from a new car you need, to new shoes. You gotta, like right now I got a new laptop. I'm trying to get rid of all these big ass computers. I don't like staring at this massive screen every day. So I got a little laptop. I gotta transfer all my stuff from there to that. All these little mental details, man. We're getting my house ready to sell. Gotta fix up a bunch of little things. And those are just examples of the experience you can have in your own way. It could have nothing to do with either of the things I specifically mentioned. But even though for a couple days you're like, yeah, man, you're getting stuff done, you're accomplishing things, you're just like Johnny on the spot, you're feeling the flow, you're feeling the progress, but eventually, even though there's more shit to do, your mind is like, oh my God, dude, your mind needs a vacation. And you might find that you wake up the next day, you go to sleep, you sleep good, and you wake up and you're just not recovered. And you hope you just kind of shake it off. And then the next day you wake up and you're even worse and worse and worse and worse. Because the speed is still there, the details are still there, the need for integration is still present, and your mind just cannot keep up the pace, and it gets foggy. And that makes all your little to-do lists even more challenging, you're less efficient, you're less effective. So I'm gonna kind of give you guys some tips, some advice that I'm going to personally take after I make this video, because I need to take my own advice, man. That's one of the reasons why I haven't made a video in a few days, because I've just been so pooped, so burnt out. And I made one yesterday about a similar topic, and it just sucked. It was not very good. And I decided today, regardless if this video comes out good and clear, I'm gonna put it up there, because I believe the information, whether it's, again, as articulate and thorough as I like to be, that's irrelevant, because I think it'll help you guys if you find yourself going through this. Because in the past, I would have this sensation, this symptom, this experience, and I would almost work against it because I would be so frustrated that I was feeling this way. Because again, this can oftentimes come when there's a lot of stuff to do, an abnormal amount of stuff on your plate, and here you are, mentally compromised. It's really frustrating. And I would have this little pity party, and I'd think, oh wow, how unfair. But that didn't serve me, and it's certainly not going to serve you. So I'm going to give you guys some quick tips that'll help you allow your mind to rest, even while there's shit to do. So the whole name of the game here is, again, right now your mind is working on overdrive to keep pace with the new speed of your life. You guys have maybe noticed our lives are speeding up. The amount of content and details we experience in any given moment is growing. That's why it seems like time is speeding up. Our life is speeding up. We're manifesting far faster. We're getting from A to B quicker. And it doesn't mean we're skipping over everything. We're just dealing with it and processing it faster. And our consciousness is becoming able to handle that amount of details. But our mind, it's like a muscle. It's got to kind of be worked into it and slowly, it's got to sort of adapt. And sometimes our lives kind of shift into overdrive and our mind can't keep up. And it eventually will. You're not going to get so burnt out that your mind just stops working. It's not going to be like that, obviously. But there's things you could do. You can kind of take action when you notice this effect coming on to avoid it from getting worse than it has to. And you could maybe even avoid it altogether if you catch it early. So again, the name of the game is to find activities that require no mental activity. No, you don't have to think about it, and yet produce a healing and rejuvenating effect on your whole body-mind complex. So the first obvious one is meditation. Meditation it's a perfect match because again, you're relaxing your thoughts, freeing up energy to heal yourself. Your body will always heal itself when given the chance. But if all of your finite reservoir of energy is being dispersed to the max and there's no free energy, then you're kind of channeling your energy out there rather than freeing it up. That energy will do something. Again, it's automatic. Your body will always try to heal and rebalance itself. And that's exactly what will happen if you start to meditate. Doesn't matter what kind, man. Some simple meditation. Sit there, lay down on the floor, focus on your breathing for 20 minutes. You'll notice a profound effect. Number 2 is stretching. Because stretching is one of those things that it's somewhat aggravating, stressful. And you might quickly realize that if you complain mentally, like, oh, this sucks, this hurts, it makes it worse. So most people's natural reaction is just to kind of go in the moment, to kind of suck it up. Like when I was, if any of you guys have tattoos, I know a lot of you do. When you get a tattoo, I kind of thought it was cool because it sort of forced me into the meditative state. I realized if I focus on this thing hurts, this is annoying, this is bothersome, this hurts, I have 3 long hours of that. I would suffer 1,000 times more, but I didn't. I realized that I had to use all my energy to suck up this pain, and I wasn't about to waste it and amplify the pain with my negative thinking. So I would just, you go into in your little happy space, like a detachment, and that's kind of the same idea with stretching, because stretching, again, is slightly a lesser version of the tattoo. It's slightly uncomfortable, and you've kind of forced yourself into that no man zone, to that no man land where you're just like in the zone, and that's good. Your mind's like, thank God. 3, for the similar reason, I'm not going to get into any details, exercise, because exercise is physically demanding, physically stressful, and you'll just find yourself naturally not in your head very much because you have to focus all your attention on the task at hand. And even though it's exhilarating and exerting physically, your mind doesn't have to do much because usually an exercise is relatively simple. It's a repetitive, kind of a monotonous motion that's tough. And your mind can take a vacation. Number 4 is something you really enjoy doing that you're really naturally good at and don't have to think about. Like maybe you like to play the piano, or the guitar, or paint, or draw, or garden, something like that. In my case, what I like to do is this sort of stuff, and this does require a lot of mental activity, so this wouldn't be what I would choose to do. I would probably choose to do a little bit of like shadow boxing. I like mixed martial arts, and I'll do some like yoga or something, because that's something I actually enjoy doing. It kind of happens to be meditative and a form of exercise as well, so it's fortunate for me that that's something I enjoy doing. But again, pick something you enjoy doing that puts you in the moment, that does not require much mental activity. And number 5 is go into an Ascension Hotspot, which I talked about in another video, which is just a vibrational hotspot where the vibration is just high. Usually somewhere in nature. The least tampered with by man, the better. Whatever that means for you. Just go sit, even if you're in a dense city, go sit next to a tree. And just absorb the natural energy of that tree. And it will heal you, man. Nature is very healing. I realized that when I went up north not too long ago. I went up to the Upper Peninsula in Michigan, and it's like very untouched by man. It's like you're out in the middle of nowhere. It just is purely left alone nature, and it had the most amazing energy. It was so profoundly healing and so awesome, and I could have just been there for months and been totally content, okay? But find some semblance of nature, and that'll help you a lot. Again, the whole idea is to not be in your head. Give your mind a break. Take time, because this symptom won't go away. It will go away. That's not exactly true. But what I meant to say, what I was trying to express, is that I would feel entitled to relief. I would feel, because I'm a light worker. I'm a guy going through a spiritual awakening for the better of humanity. I don't deserve to feel this way. So I would resist, I would bitch, and I would moan, and I would just wait for the universe to hand me a little bone, because I deserved it. I'm a light worker, and I don't deserve to suffer like this. But the universe doesn't give two shits about that. It's not gonna pity you. Your experience is the product of your own choices. It's an unbiased energetic reciprocation that the universe's law of attraction is doing. Okay, so sometimes you do have to be proactive and take responsibility for how you feel. Okay, we're in a very intense energy in October. There's a lot of motion, and this is a symptom that I imagine a lot of you will experience. Maybe not. Don't hear that and think that you will, but it's something that I would imagine most of you will experience at some point during your awakening. And with this advice, it's my hope that it'll spare you getting too deeply into it unnecessarily like I used to, okay? So again, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for bearing with me as I go through my own transition. I'm going through a life shift of epic proportions right now as I try to move and literally lift out of everything I ever knew and to go completely into the unknown, because that's where my heart is calling me, and I know that's where I gotta go. And I'm gonna make it happen, because there's no time for me to wait. Shit's going down here, and I gotta move. And I'm doing my best to continue to provide for you guys and upload videos, but it might not be quite as frequent as you're used to, okay? At least for a little while. But once I get settled in and I move beyond this, the energy I bring into the videos, and I just know it's all going to be magnified and amplified and improved in a worthwhile way, okay? So I wish you all the best during your own transition. Thank you for the love, the support, the likes, the comments, the shares, the emails, the messages, everything. It means a lot to me. It really helps me, it motivates me. So I'm happy to perhaps motivate you in a video such as this. Well, thank you again. God bless you all. Peace out. Namaste.